It's about a woman who is conjured up by another woman because at times your own leadership fails you. You don't really know how you can move forward, how you can move forward in a better way. So she, in some ways, stops for a moment and just has to have a really deep think and conjures up history to help her.
She set up Whitby Abbey, that's her main claim to fame. Not the abbey that you see there ruined now, it was the predecessor of that, but that was her big thing.
Yeah.
And Saxon times, 7th century.
She probably travelled all up and down the east coast of Britain and was really fundamental in setting up English Christianity right back in the 7th century.
Yeah, also from an English perspective, she was the only person who printed the works of Caedmon, who was a swineherd and ended up as the father of English poetry.
One of the main reasons that we were interested in this particular story right now is she presided over it was called a synod, it was a vote. Effectively what it meant was that the English church, instead of being part of its own history, joined Europe. So effectively it was the first European referendum. So it's kind of interesting to see how that relates to now and what's going on in our own times.
No more landing gear for you or me. Oh no.
She's very outgoing. Would do anything for other people. Well, she's very caring and she trusts in others and she believes in others as well.
You need to be looking up at your team members, so you always need to be listening to what they have to say.
She would be helping people.
She's very passionate and she's really caring of everybody else from Grimsby.
A long time ago, there was a vote and she wanted to make girls could do anything and they could be a leader or anything.
I think making a good leader is teamwork. You can be trustworthy and you can actually think for others.
Some of the words what we described today, risk-taking, bravery and leadership, and most importantly, respect.
You guys are now going to take this piece of text and make it your own. And what we want you to do is just to perform a 2-3 minute piece in the style of a children's story.
And we also would like you to include audience interaction. And then finally...
And the audience...
So, I know some of you have done panto, so you'll be good at this. And oh, yes. And they all will start with once upon a time, as all good stories do.
There's 4 sections of this story, so we'd like you to choose just one section to do, because the whole thing is quite a lot to take on. And then we want you to choose a quality that Hilda has that you think really springs out from this section.
This is our first, venture into more theatre and producing this, but we are continuing doing the visual arts element within it, which is going to be really interesting to bring a selection of artists alongside performers and also movement artists as well. So it's a very exciting time and it's fantastic to have it at the Minster as well, that context of bringing that to a 12th century church. It's very much of our early startings of the town. It actually was around the religious buildings that were built here. And also a woman. I mean, our town is built on an industry that relied very much on women being very part of being here and at home and supporting those men that weren't here.
Right, she publishes his works and provides for him within the monastery in a manner that works for his experience and artistry.
A good leader has to be confident, has to be very strong, and has to listen to his disciples. Yoda is a very good leader, as he's very wise, he's very old, he's very experienced, and he's safely led the Jedi Order for thousands of years.
Well, a good leader has strong emotional power.
I think that being kind and having confidence and knowing what you're doing, being experienced, makes you a good leader. A character from Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear, is a good leader, in my opinion, because he leads the gang of toys on a secret mission in one of the first films.
They must have confidence, the great rules that they make, the laws. I usually just say Queen Elizabeth because if she wasn't here, I'm pretty sure the whole of England would go riot. But she's gone up to that age now where really you should be relaxing, getting all that, just, relaxing, having your own time, but instead she's actually having an impact on the people that she's actually supporting and ruling over.
Let nothing, anything get in your way, and just go with your instinct and don't let anything, stand up for what you think is right.
Your parents, my dad, we normally go camping and we climb Mount Kinderscow. I didn't think that I could do it, but it really pushed me and inspired me to get to that mount.
There's no descent, no accidental angel